Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Ankita Nandi, and today in this video we will go through the new feature launches on Friendr. We have recently launched the message campaign feature on Friendr, which will allow you to create message campaign and you will be able to send automated message from Friendr. We will dive deep into the whole thing, like how to create message campaign, how to set up the whole thing so that you know step-by-step procedure. So now let's get into it. If you are a Friendr subscriber, you should always make sure that you have access to this portal because we upload all the training videos inside this portal, and we also upload all other videos, like any other training videos related to any other software which is going to be included in Friendr. You are going to find everything inside this one place. So make sure that you have access to this because I will be uploading this video under this, or you will also find this video in my channel. The next thing that you should make sure that, as because I said, we recently have launched this new feature and we are always updating, so make sure that you have the updated version of the extension. Right now it is 1.4.7.1. just make sure that you always have the updated version. Next thing is, what did we actually launch? We have launched this simple settings, which is basically send a message event, like just a toggle on and off button. What does that do? As you know that you can send messages from Friendr now, right? So you should be able to create your messages, like you should be able to create your message group, message segment, and you should be able to send messages from Friendr. As of now, Friendr allows you to send messages when someone accepts your friend request, when someone rejects your friend request, when you accept someone's friend request, and when you receive an incoming friend request. These are the 5 places that you can send. When that happens, you can actually send messages, and also you can send message at the time of sending the friend request. So if you are actually in a group, like let's say I'm in a let's go to this group. If I'm actually trying to send, let's say, friend request from using Friendr here, okay, I also can actually use, like I can also send messages here. If I turn this on, I can also send message while sending, like with sending the friend request, like while sending the friend request. Okay, so that this message will go when you are sending the friend request, right? So if I turn this on, when Friendr will send the friend request to the person, then that person will also receive the message from you. I do not recommend this practice because most of the times this message, like when you actually use this functionality, Facebook actually puts that message into your new message request. Okay, so like literally it goes here, which people most of the time they don't check quite often. So it's like literally ends up in your message request because you are not friends with each other yet. So Facebook does not pop that message in the other person's inbox until and unless you guys become friends with each other. Okay, so that's why I don't recommend this practice. However, you can use it if you want to. The other places that you can actually send messages from when any of this happens, like when someone actually accepts your friend request, someone rejects your friend request, when someone sends you a friend request, when you reject a friend request, and when you accept a friend request. Okay, but the one thing we just recently launched was, let's say I have this functionality turned on, right? Send message when someone accepts your friend request, like accept my friend request. And so what used to happen is, like if I was, let's say I was already talking to that person, right? Friendr had no way to know, oh, I'm actually having a conversation with this person, so maybe it should avoid sending the welcome message or whatever message I have set it here. So Friendr didn't know that it should send a message or not, because if I'm already having a conversation and then it's sending the message like, hey, well, thanks for accepting my friend request, or whatever you are sending it, so it doesn't really make sense because I'm literally talking to the person, right? So now we have included this functionality where you should be able, like you can turn it on or off. So by default it's turned off. That means that it will not send a message if the conversation is already ongoing in Messenger. But if you want to go ahead and send the message, even if you are having a conversation with that person, if you want to send a message at that point of time, Friendr will still send a message. So it only applicable for this one and this one. Okay, so for now we have only implemented it for these two functionality. That part is done. So the next thing is the campaign feature. Okay, so this campaign feature allows you to broadcast messages. It's basically a broadcasting, like it's basically like you're broadcasting messages just like how broadcasting works. The only difference is between campaign and broadcast is that in a broadcast, when you are sending a broadcast, it's like a one-time thing. You send a broadcast, you added people to send a broadcast and then they have received your message. However, in campaign, it's not a one-time thing. It can be a never-ending thing if you want it to be. Okay, so you can keep adding people when you create a campaign under the same campaign if you want to. As you can see, I already have a campaign, so I was just testing it the other day. You can see like I have 179 friends added inside the campaign, and maybe some of you actually have been receiving my message, like it's a funny message that I just created. So maybe some of you have been receiving my message, but that was sent by Friender because I was testing the feature. So as you can see, still 119 are pending. But if I want to, I can still add more people inside this same campaign, even if it's like it's an ongoing campaign. So I can actually add more people inside this same campaign. So that's the difference in between broadcast and campaign. I will show you the process, like how to create a campaign, how to create your message campaign, and then how to schedule the campaign, and then how you can also start sending automated message from Friender in Messenger. Okay, before I go ahead on that, I just want to show you, as you can see here, this campaign is scheduled to go out every day in between 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. okay, 8 a.m. in the morning. So it's my local time. As you can see, literally it shows you the time right now. So it's right now here, it's 6:45 p.m. showing you the green line. This green line means it's actually in between, like it's falling under this time, right? So it's actually 6:45 p.m. here. So basically it is your local time zone. Okay, so whatever it is, like your computer is actually having, like showing here, that's what it's going to take. So as you can see, I have this campaign scheduled to go out on every day from in between 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. okay, and this is just a test campaign that I was testing. So what happens, like every day in the morning, the campaign actually starts to run, and these people, like, okay, let me show you, like all these people, like you can see, like, hey, they have been receiving my message. Okay, so like this, like every day. So I have it set it up as like just to send 20 message like every day. You can see the setup here. So like 6 a.m. to in between 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. 3 minutes time delay in between sending each message, and then 20 message limit per 24 hour. Okay, so that's what I have this one set up. Now, as I've shown you like how I have set it up here, I will actually show you the whole process, like how to set up a fresh campaign so that you can also do that. So basically pretty simple. Okay, so you kind of like click on campaign here. It's literally, you cannot miss it. You click here, and then like when you click here, you will see something like this, like you see a blank screen, and you basically click on the create campaign. Okay, so you give it a name. So what should we name it? Never Engaged Friends. I have some of them. I have many of them actually who never engages with my content, but somehow, for some reason, they're still there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this opportunity to send them a message. Okay, so that's what this campaign is going to be. So I'm going to take this opportunity to send a message and start a conversation with my inactive friends. Okay, with the friends who has never fucking interacted or who have never engaged on my content. Okay, so I'm going to take this opportunity to see if we should still be friends or we should just unfriend each other, because after I send the message, I still see like, oh, okay, they're like literally not interested to have a conversation with me or whatever. Then I'm going to, at some point of time, I'm going to use Friender to unfriend those people. So I'm gonna name it the Never Engaged Friends. I don't have a message here, although you can do a quick message by clicking here. So you can create a quick message here, right? And or you can create your messages by using groups. Okay, I'm going to create a message by using groups, like create a message group basically. And how can you create messages like with message groups and segments? You will find this training video here, so just please go through this training video if you don't know how to create messages in Friender. So I'm going to create a message and going to have maybe 25 or like 30, and then gonna have 5 minutes. So this is like time delay. Okay, so time delay is basically between how much time delay you wanna give in between sending the messages, and then this message limit actually dictate if you want to in a 24-hour limit, like in 24 hours how many messages you wanna send. Okay, as I was telling you, whatever time that you schedule the campaign for, you gotta see okay how many messages that you wanna send within that 1 or 2 hour or 3 hour time frame. And then do you want to keep sending messages, or you want to actually stop, and then again next day you want to be, you want to again start and you want to send more messages. So I have it set it as like 30 message per 24 hour, because that's like literally enough. If you are literally sending these 30 messages and you're getting 15 or at least 5 or 10 replies, that literally should be enough for a day. Like, because I would not be, if I was doing it manually, I would not be able to send like 30 messages to 30 other people and then also be like getting replies and then having conversation with them. Always should be focusing on the quality over quantity. So if you want to go crazy and then I want to send 100 messages because I need to send 100 people 100 messages because that's how I do shit. If you are sending 100 messages and you are literally not getting any replies, then that doesn't really make sense at the end of the day. So you should be always like focusing on the quality over quantity. However, you can go over that. It's not like you cannot, but to be on a safer side, I will be 30 messages per day is enough for me. And this is end date and time. Okay, so it literally says what this is, like the campaign will automatically deactivate at this specific date and time if you actually turn this on. If you want this campaign to be ended at certain date and certain time, then you can actually choose that. But if you want to be a never-ending campaign, then you can also you can just not fuck with it and just leave it alone and not turn this setting on, and you will be able to add more and more people into the same campaign, and the campaign will keep running as long as the campaign has people to send messages to. If the campaign doesn't have any more people left, then obviously it will not be sending messages because it doesn't have anyone to send messages. So so as long as it has some people inside the campaign, then yes, it will keep running. Okay, because I don't have any messages created here, so I do have to go back to my groups. Okay, I'll create some funny messages. And again, as I said, if you don't know how to actually create these messages or this type of why I'm doing this, go and watch the previous training video and then you will understand. That's kind of like my message group for the people who has not recently engaged with my content, or for those who I have never interacted with or we didn't have a conversation with. Okay, so how do I choose those people? Like, how do I know who are those people? Okay, so I will show you how can you figure that shit out. But again, this message campaign can be about anything. You can literally create a message campaign to send messages to the people who has been on your friend list for, let's say, more than 10 days. Or maybe you want to send everyone a message, or maybe you want to send messages to people who you have talked to before but recently they are not engaging on your content, or you haven't interacted with them so much. So you can say also create a message campaign and send them a message as well. As this is about the people who has never engaged, how I'm going to find those people, I'm going to basically use Friender recent engagement filter and then see who are those people. Okay, so as you can see, like these people, I literally haven't left any reaction or comments. Total engagement is 0. Maybe we have talked maybe 1 or 2 conversation in Messenger, but that's pretty much about it. So I'm going to add few of these people. So you can see I literally chose this and then it's showing me that hey, 180 friends are selected. Do you want to select other all 2,994 friends? I don't want to do that. So I have selected this people. So if you want to unselect anyone, you can do that. Once you select them, basically go click here and then you basically add them to this campaign. Okay, first thing I gotta do, I actually was process of creating the campaign, but then I had to create my message group. So the first thing that you should be maybe doing is create your message group. If you or you can, as I said, like you can also create a quick message from here, and you can also send that out from here as well. Like you can do that as well. So, or you can just, first thing you should be doing is creating your message. Like make sure you have the message group ready, and then create the campaign. Okay, now I have this message group already. I created this message group. So I selected that. I will select like 5 minutes and then be like 30 message limit, and then save my campaign. I gotta select a time. This is right now, it's my time, right? So I want it to go around, let's say 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. That's a good time. So every day I want it to go out in between this time. I'm gonna save, and as you can see, it just got created for all these days. Okay, so from Monday through Sunday got scheduled for this time. So now I can actually save the campaign, and I can see like it got saved. The status is basically turned up because I haven't turned this campaign on to go out, so it's still not turned on, and it's showing like, hey, it has 0 friends added, right, and 0 pending, because literally I didn't add anyone to the campaign yet. Okay, which I will do right now. So now I can go to my friends list, and basically where I was seeing this, and like, okay, let's see. Okay, you can unselect anyone, and then basically add them to the campaign. Select the campaign, and this was my campaign, so just add it. Now I can actually go to my campaign, and you can see, hey, 42 friends got added, 42 are pending, and it's still turned off because I haven't turned it on yet. So I can now actually turn it on, and I can also see my schedule, like, okay, when it's actually scheduled to go out. So as you can see, it's scheduled to go out in between this time, right? And I can see the people who got added to this particular campaign. So they're all in right now pending status because the campaign hasn't started yet, because it's scheduled to start another 2 or 3 hours, and then it will actually start to send these messages. Okay, basically we have these 2 views. This is list view and this is calendar view. So if you want to edit a campaign in the list view, you basically click on edit here, and then you can see like you can edit the name, select change your messages if you want to change your message group, time delay, and then whatever you want to change, and then basically you can set the campaign, and then that's how you edit in the list view. You can also do the same thing in calendar view as well. Basically go to the calendar view, and you can see your campaign, right? So you can just click here and then click on the, like, you can see the details of the campaign here, right? Like when it's actually been scheduled for, and what's the time delay, what's the messages, or how does the message looks like, and the message limit. So you can see all the details of the campaign, and then you can click on the edit, and then you can edit anything that you want to. Let's say I want to just change the color, how it show up here. So like, hey, change the color of the campaign, and like save it, and then now you can see that just color got changed. Okay, I can also expand the time for a particular day. Let's say for this particular, like for Thursday, I want the campaign to run from, instead of 10 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. I want it to run from 4:30 to 11:59 p.m. for that particular day, right? So I'm just basically going to save, and now you can see like it's actually going to run on Thursday. It will run from 4 to 12. I can increase my message limit for that day. Maybe instead of 30, I can select like 60 message to go out, and in between 4:30 to 11:59 p.m. and just can have that edited as well. I can also create any new campaign. I maybe wanna do like this. Just grab and hold, and then you can basically create a new campaign from here. New campaign, and then same way, like you can select the message, like you can create a quick message from here. Hey, save a quick message here from here, and that's going to be my message, which is going to go out, and then basically have 5 message, and then schedule it for Friday 4 p.m. Now it's like I want it to be like 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Save it. I just created a new campaign now. You can always basically go to your campaign and see like who are the people, what's the status of those people. Like I can literally go here and see the status, like these are all people have been successfully, like they all have successfully received my messages. But if I go on the 11th or 10th page, I will see like these people are pending status, which means that they haven't actually like yet received my messages, because I have a message limit of 20 messages per 24-hour limit. So every day when in between 6 to 8 a.m. it sends 20 messages, then it stops, and then next day again it sends 20 messages and then it stops. Okay, that's how I have it set it up for this campaign. So I hope you like this feature. Let me know if you have any questions, and we would love to have some feedback from you and how you're enjoying and how you're liking this feature. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this training video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to help you on that. Okay, so that's it. See you on the next training video. Bye.